Hi everyone and welcome to today's class. This video is going to be released on a quite historical date, 11th of September, and maybe you experienced in 2001 what went through the news, and well, we got full disclosure thanks to BBC. And with all these people grieving, losing their lives because of what was done on that day, maybe you're also asking yourself, what are certain human beings capable of doing? And of course, the important thing is that we know we have got a powerful mind and imagination, and we can create from this with the universal laws. And of course, we can create a world of love, freedom, compassion, and a place for everyone to be as they wish to, and for abundance in any way, and not just abundance for some and the rest is, well, I just hope that the day the video is going to be released, it looks a little bit better than today. I know we are on the right track and we get there. The only thing is how much more suffering do we need to face. But as we also know, suffering is a choice. So let's get focused on our physical body, and that will also, as we know, focus our mind. So, to help me a little bit, I've again chosen my favorite workout game. You know it's not sponsored, but I link it below. It's my personal preference. It really helps me, and maybe it helps you too. So, the little toes in line with the hips or muscle line, little fingers in line with the shoulders, nose, sternum, navel, pubic bone in line. Sit bones together, and then it's like a big fountain coming through your head continuously. You think your ribs together, navel towards your spine, and knees and elbows are relaxed when we now start with the reaffirmation of the upper arms. I've got my shoulder blades parallel, arms in line with the little line between the straight and diagonal abs, and fountain is up, so my arms are hanging loosely in the shoulders, and I can just turn them little fingers towards the thumbs, and everything is long. Lengthening, feeling the center line. If you could do that in front of a mirror, meaning putting or having a mirror behind your whatever gadget you're using, tablet or laptop, to work from, that would be really, really helpful. And little fingers towards the thumbs, everything's long, lengthening, and relaxing. Good, okay. Always relax, and this is always three-dimensional little shake. So from here, thumbs towards the little fingers, and it starts underneath or from underneath my delta muscle, so it's nothing to do with the shoulders, lengthening, and then feel the energy coming through your fingertips, through your head, through your heels. Everything's long, lengthening, ribs together, everything is long, and release. And one more time, thumbs towards the little fingers, everything's long, lengthening, navel in, and releasing. Okay, good. Now we're moving to the end of the mat with that same muscle coordination, lengthening everything, lowering, slowly rolling down, everything's relaxed here. Of course, you can always bend your knees, and If you wish, you put something underneath here, like books, yoga blocks, or a little chair, whatever you've got in hand, and then we start. Important not to have your arms here, but closer, little fingers and little toes in line, and your elbows are pointing towards your knees. If they point upwards, you've got tension in your shoulders. Okay, so from here, or wherever you are, breathing in, on the out breath, lengthening, and again, breathing in, on the out breath, lengthening. I'm doing it a little bit, but I would love for you to not use any pressure, any pushing, nothing, okay? So just bend and have the energy flowing back. Good. One more time from here, relaxing. Now breathing in. On the out breath, I'm just doing the same thing, but I look at the middle finger, describe with the arm floating, the biggest possible circle, but lengthening and turning from my upper body and lengthening. So it's important to not overtake your arms with your head and to have your head totally connected to your upper body. And you may notice that it's easier to one side than to the other. So important to have that to the other. To maybe, to maybe do it like one more time to one side than to the other. Because we are working with how you feel, so it's not necessary that it looks like what I'm doing here. It just needs to feel, or we need to feel it, or sometimes you cannot even feel what I'm saying, but you visualize the thing, and at some point when you keep visualizing, you feel something. Yeah, so just keep going in that case, and you get there. Visualization, and then the body's response is the feeling. Okay. The next exercise is the stability exercise for your lower back and hip, which can also help you manifest stability in your life if you do it regularly. Yes, I really recommend that. Okay, so don't be afraid, yeah, from what it looks like. It's not about being super flexible. Wherever you are, you're good, yes? And then it's bending the upper leg. And the important thing is to have your heel on the floor. So it's not coming up. Lengthening, lengthening, and you go for the feeling. So when you visualize and you feel your way, hips parallel, if there's still any more space where you can, when you can lengthen a little bit more. And for as long as there is, move the head. When there's nothing anymore, and your visualization does not make a difference, well, then change your legs. Okay. So it could take you a little longer on one side than on the other, no problem. Okay, now we're repeating this, and you know with my special condition in the hip, I may need to do it a little more dynamic. We just visualize more length, and then we see, make sure you're not twisting, turning your hips, and that you're thinking your center line and two lines, which is your body's outer silhouette, parallel to that center line. Yeah, very important, and try and keep those three lines. And really feel your way. Yeah, now I need to do it dynamically, alternating legs, I wanted to say. I'm always guided, and I don't doubt what my guides tell me. And of course, feeling into my body. And that's just the intuition, so practice over time, this is really, really helpful. Now I would like to encourage you with my videos to go for that. Okay, now we just see how the body is, giving a little massage, maybe stretch, also relaxing, giving it a little shake. Just feel if there's any weird feeling, any tension somewhere, maybe a point where it's a little painful, where you can help yourself with a little massage. I'm always about my hands. They really need attention, and it's gotten a lot better actually. Not only because of the summer. Lengthening. Yeah. Okay, maybe you also like to try my favorite one. Grab your sides, elbows close, head down, navel in, and think long. From your sit bone to your center. Oh yeah, and I noticed that this little thing here, yeah, it's a little bit tricky. Yeah, it's really important that we have clothes which really feel good. Okay, yes. They already announced they wanted that. Okay, so we start with double attitude, or both legs bend. It's not a convenient position, and I know. So don't get discouraged if this is your first time here and think, I can't do that. No, you can. You're sitting on one sit bone, the other leg also at the back is bent, and your task is not to lift your leg. It's to lengthen, center line, forward, and thinking your leg back. So what we want to do really is create space between here and here, okay? So at some point when you are thinking the fountain, because that's all we do, your leg may lift a little bit. And if it doesn't, it's not a problem, because it's about the length here, and thinking the length and thinking of lifting up, okay? The upper body. And then as the leg is attached, at some point it will come up. Now, from your hip bone to your big toe, I've got one line now, and now I'm doing the same thing. And lengthening, and we've got two more, lengthening the upper body, coming straight to here, and one more time lengthening. Okay, now this one you may find easier. You've got your little toe, your little finger in line with your elbow, and let's have the arm here. Make sure that your shoulder is relaxed, so it's far forward, and it's only for you to see the legs here and the center. So we've got the three lines, and my elbows relaxed. As you may see, I'm trying to really bend it a little bit so you can see, lengthening, and then I can lengthen even a little more. Yes, one more time. And now I'm thinking from my head, sit bones, head, fountain, to describe a big arch actually coming over those sit bones. Yeah, and wow, there is tension. Whoa, but a lot. It's coming right up again. Oh wow. It was a little bit better at some point, and it stayed down. So today there's much more tension. Okay, so, but this workout is really, really so helpful. So lengthening the center line, both lines here and there, and then just trying to lengthen. Trying to lengthen here, try to not move so much forward. Always try to think up. Yeah. You will naturally lean a little forward, and that's okay. It's just important to not intentionally lean so much forward that you can lift the leg, because that's not the idea. Okay, so from your hip to the big toe, one line, and lengthen. And again, lengthening, and lengthening, and one more, And then think of the biggest possible circle to come up and lengthen. Yeah, don't try to move forwards, really be in line, sit bones head. When you wiggle a little bit, just carefully you notice that. It's like slightly, it's up and ribs together, and then you notice that you are long. Okay, right. And relaxing. Again, whatever you need, yeah, if you want to have that a little calmer, that's fine, okay? If your body does weird things by itself, like mine did now, just allow it that for as long as it feels good. Okay. Now, we've got the little toes in line with the hips on muscle line, hands behind your head, and we start with the abs technique, sit bones to the head in the longest possible circle, and then lowering, lengthening, coming down. If there's any inconvenience here in your upper back, neck region, please push a little bit with your head against your hands. Like when you hear lengthening and lengthening at the back, so you're not coming as high as you possibly could. Now lengthening, and I'm pushing with my head now against my hands and lowering. Okay, one more time, breathing in, sit bones head, lengthening navel, in, lengthening here, good. Now 90 degrees, up, and it's parallel, legs open as wide as your hips are, and now I'm just trying to reach the floor, thinking of one straight line from my big toe, and relaxing. Only do it if your navel stays in. Don't push it out. This is in, right? Okay, so from here, sit bones head coming up again, same position. And now either repeating this or trying with both. And if you notice that your navel would like to come out, just make sure that you very, very slowly move. Very slowly, because then maybe you don't reach the floor, but that's not necessary because we're working the abs. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It's about, well, it does, of course, the lines and everything is important, but you don't have to reach the floor, yes? We're working those, so wherever you can get to, and then coming up, that's great. Okay, so sit bones head coming up, lengthening, and now just lengthening the legs, and you can do as you can, okay? If you can do this, sit bones heels fine, but this also, sit bones heels, is exactly the right position. So whether you are here or here or here does not make a difference. Navel in, think the fountain energy through your head, and then relax. Okay, good. Now we do this one more time. Sit bones head, lengthening. Coming up here, lengthening up. And if you can, if there's any issue again, head against your hands, right? Just give it a little push. But if you can, just release your arms, little fingers in line with your underarms. Sink the energy through your fingertips here, and through your head, and through your toes, and you're good. Okay, and we'll just repeat this, either exactly like that, or you follow me. Just watch out for your shoulders, because we obviously do not want to tense anything there. So sit bones head coming up with the biggest possible circle, coming up here, and releasing your arms, little fingers in line with your elbows, lengthening, navel in. And now I am describing a part of the circle, so I'm not going up and down, I'm thinking longer like this, right? But obviously I'm not doing that because I'm lengthening through my fountain, so I'm just imagining a circular movement, and everything here is calm, okay? And if there's any issue, always, please, have at least one hand there, okay? You can do that alternating, and then, yeah, or do it several times, because obviously the most important thing is that your navel is in. Lengthening, all the rest does not matter. It's decoration, trying to see how far you can go, yeah? So it's always about the fountain, about the length, thinking it, whatever it looks like, and the navel is in. So one more time, we just do it one more time. Lengthening, now lengthening, and lengthening, relaxing, and one more time, lengthening, and lengthening, relaxing, and releasing. Okay, yeah, just relax your arm a little bit. And they said, now they're coming on, they said that they want some, well, yeah, no push-ups, they want rolling on the balls of your feet. Okay, you can do this exercise on your underarms, and you can also do it in the plank position. If you wish, try both variations and see whatever suits you best, yeah? So the important thing is to have your little fingers in line with your elbows and the little toes, and then it's again the fountain through the upper body, lengthening it, not here. Lengthening, and now you're rolling 3 times on the balls of your feet, slowly to prepare the muscles, and then it's one leg up, and here we go. One leg up, lengthening, lengthening. Don't think going back, because then your butt will lift. So it's just sinking the majority of the energy through your upper body. So the fountain is the most important thing, and the length behind your neck. So you're not doing anything like this, shortening it, lengthen. Okay, so plank position exactly the same. And by the way, if you take a little break and do this in parts, which is totally fine, you don't have to do the initial rolling afterwards. You can just start lifting the leg. Yeah? Okay, so from here, same thing, I will once again show the entire exercise. I've got my elbows relaxed, by the way, and then it's here. And lengthen, and lengthen, and lengthen. And it's not holding, it's lengthening continuously, and relax. And if that's not challenging you, what you can do is you can lengthen your leg even more and open and close it. And it's again, as we did with the arms, a part of a circle, so that your center core keeps working. If you think out and in, it won't. So, as I'm saying, when I'm doing it again, I don't have to do the initial one, so I can straight go into it. Lift your leg, roll, open, back to the line, roll, lower your leg. Leg up, roll, open, back, roll, lower your leg. Leg up, roll, open, back, roll. One more time with each one. Up, roll, open, back, roll, down, up, roll, open, back, roll, down, and relax. Relax, and have the blood flow back. Yeah, and they show me they want to go all the way. So first we've got the backward balance. Okay, surprise. I thought we were doing some leg stretching anyway. Now, from your nose to your big toes is one line, and you make sure that you've got your little fingers in line with your elbows, because you can do this exercise on your underarms as well as with long arms, and I will show you. Okay, so the important thing is sit both head this length, and if you can't get your butt out, you can also bend the way. It doesn't matter, because this length is what we're looking for. And then it's first your butt down again, and then you stop thinking fountain. If you stop that earlier, your shoulders won't like it. Okay, so from here, lengthen, coming up and down. One more time, lengthen, coming up, butt down. Now relax fully. Okay, if you'd like to try, and of course you can also bend your legs here. Again, please, little fingers in line with your elbows. One from here, breathing in, and sit bones head, lengthening, and coming up. And keep lengthening, lengthening, elbows relaxed, and lower. And breathe in, sit bones head, lengthening, coming up. And I've got my elbows relaxed, yeah? Elbows relaxed first, keep lengthening until your butt touches the floor and relax. One more time, breathing in. And sit bones head, lengthening everything, coming up, lengthening, and lowering your butt, relaxing the elbows, and everything. Now, if you like, you can try to lengthen and therefore lift your legs slightly, just a little bit off. And just make sure that the energy is mainly going through your upper body, yeah? So, you can start with a centimeter, if you like, if you're curious to see how much your core can actually manage. That's the important thing. Lengthen, and again, bending and lowering, yeah? Be extra slow, extra careful, and just remember, it's not about doing what I'm doing, it's about what you're thinking and visualizing and feeling, ultimately. Now, sit bones head, lengthening, and relaxing. One more time, sit bones head, and lengthening long behind your neck, by the way. Yes, and lower and relax. Okay, just relax one more time. And yeah, they've already said that they want lastly. So it's like, oh well, sometimes I don't know what to say. It feels like they're starting off, well, they started off a little complicated today, that's right. Yeah, but they want scissors, so no worries when you are new to this channel. You can bend your knees, think long, arms next to your body, center line, both lines, arms, and then it's about lengthening your upper body and lengthening the legs and opening them equally, and again lengthening, closing them. So try from your sit bones to lengthen in both directions. So then it's here, lengthening, and you'll notice that actually your abs have to work quite interestingly when closing the legs, and that's the idea. So you either do it here in this position, or you can do it in the candle position if you can, and it's really important to make sure that you open your legs equally. The one towards your head is not a problem, but the one going backwards is a little more tricky, so take that one as a reference. Yeah, lengthening. Wow, and coming back. Yeah, and don't worry about flexibility. With the situation I'm in, with that tension in my hip, in the muscles there, I really need to recuperate flexibility, which is also happening through this kind of workout, but it's not what you may be worried about. So you please focus on the core and on the legs, and that's enough. Totally enough. And if you don't need flexibility professionally anyway, no problem. Lower your arms, and now slowly lower the legs. Keep lengthening everything, and when your head comes up, that's no problem control. Totally fine. And relax. And bend. Yes. Well done. Guides up in 10, they said we did very well, so yeah, and that was quite a challenging one. Yes, they are with that. Anyway, you let me know. They always have their reason. I never know what they're up to. So, thank you very, very much for being here. And of course, if you like to help the channel, I very much appreciate you playing the YouTube game. And there's also a weekly energetic forecast by the guides, which you find on YouTube, Hike About It, and a daily dose on Instagram at Hike Dance. Lots and lots of love, and see you for the next class.